So I know what it's like right now, maybe a few minutes, but I just look back and it feels like just yesterday I was a freshman in Northwestern, won my first Big Ten title, and we came back as a team and won that. And I think every year we've been trailing on 20 points going into the last day, and came back, found a way to win the championship. And this year it's been a battle with Iowa, which we expected. And the biggest thing is, I think when you grow up as a kid, this is what you picture. You picture wrestling the Big Ten finals. You think about every win you do is important for the team race, and that's at least what I dreamt for when I was a kid.
Describe that Grammy roll to a duckland or whatever that was.
I'm not sure. It's just wrestling. You just don't give up the takedown. You keep wrestling until the ref stops you or you get the takedown. And in that kind of position, with these new rules, these quick takedown rules, I'm not a big fan of. But in that situation, maybe they could have given him a takedown, but I'm glad they let it keep wrestling the way it should have been and end up on top.
What do you have to do differently against Moore, since you guys have wrestled so many times?
Well, he's a very, very talented kid in Iowa, very talented program, and their coaches are great, and you just got to get creative with him. He's pretty hard to score on, and he's gotten pretty good at not giving up back points. So it just got to get creative at find other ways to score. And he's really tricky with his hips, and a couple of those situations, he was able to get some scrambles going, and it's just a good match. And I'm sure we'll probably see each other again in a couple weeks. And he's a tough guy.
David, you're the only defending champ or #1 ranked guy who's stayed there all year. He's never really been challenged. Why?
My mindset is nothing but being a national champion. So every time I step on the mat, it's been challenging this year at times. I'm an old guy, and I've been around for a long time, and I've wrestled these guys a few times, and they were able to kind of figure out a different game plan. They kind of got that advantage that they can kind of wait, try and figure out how to wrestle me. And I got to take every single guy like it's their best performance, because that's what I see. And you just got to be ready every time.
You don't know how the NCAAs are going to come down, or even how this is going to come down. But if the NCAAs are as close as this, think again about the bonus points you have to keep scoring. You don't have to be reminded about that, but how important will they be?
They're very important. It's score. It's pretty close right now within a couple points, and those are difference in bonus points. And I know Iowa's making more of an effort to get bonus points. Minnesota's making more of an effort to get bonus points. Oklahoma State will. Oklahoma, Cornell. We all got guys that can score bonus points, and it's just important for the guys who can to do that. And that's just something that I take upon myself, and I take pride in that, and I want to keep doing it.
Were you able to appreciate the ovation that seemed to come from all 12 schools?
Yeah, it's pretty special. Actually, the other day I was sitting with Matt McDonough, and we were kind of just talking about just different guys and different things, and it just, I think sometimes people lose track of this is wrestling, and everyone is working towards the same ultimate goal, and I think there's a respect. It doesn't matter if we're from different teams or rivals. We should respect each other for what goes into the sport and what comes into this competition, and all the hard work. So it's just, I would hope that if a different team had 4 championships, or everyone would give them a standing ovation, because it's deserved, and it's something that I'm just Big Ten wrestling, and there's nothing better than that. There's nothing better than the fans that are here, whatever school you're from. So it was something that's pretty special.
When you're called the Magic Man, your thoughts?
I don't know. It's just a nickname that's been stuck for a long time, but I don't mind it.
What do you think of the song?
That was a pretty funny song. I gotta give Bader credit. It's pretty creative. found myself laughing a little bit, and I appreciate everything that Fo's done, and I appreciate all the support I've had over the last 4 years from everybody. And I continued 5 more matches, and that's about it.
David, it's not like Penn State has rolled through these Big Ten tournaments. Like you said, it's been a battle every year. Just talk about the team and how they've come together.
Yeah, each year there's been a different story. I think the most remarkable one I can remember my freshman year is because we were down by 20, and we won, I think every match in the last day, and everything just went right, and our heavyweight majored the guy, we barely won, and there's a picture of some Hawkeye fans, and they were in disbelief, because I don't think they realized that it came down to the last match. And that's just the competitiveness of this conference, and how in the different weight classes. Some of those weights you can draw a name out of the hat. That's the guy who's going to win. So there's so many things that can go right and go wrong in this tournament. Every team's faced a little bit of adversity, and to be in the situation that we're in right now, it's going to be a battle as we continue the last few weight classes.
Dave, a lot of people have brought up needs to be more offense. People even made suggestions. What suggestions would you make?
I think that offense comes with attitude, and I think if guys have offensive attitudes, they go out and score points. If they want to keep it close, they're going to keep it close. I don't think rule changes are going to affect that much. But I think they're trying to get a little too creative with these no reaction time stuff, because there's been some pretty phenomenal wrestlers that have been able to react and score. And I don't think you should take that away from some guys. I think you just got to let wrestling happen. And the guys that want to score points are going to score, and the guys that don't aren't going to. And that's just kind of the bottom line.
Going back to the question about the appreciation from the fans, do you think you've earned more of that because of the way you've gone about it?
I don't know if earning it is anything. I just have had that same mentality since I was 8 years old. And I've just tried to keep that as I've gone through high school and through college. And it's always that split moment where I'm just like, well, maybe I can win by a couple points, but there's that time in a match when you want to win by a couple or you win by 8. And sometimes I've always had that mentality, and I appreciate that from the fans. It's a very special moment for me. And now moving forward, and I hope there's even a better moment here in 2 weeks. And again, like I said before, I just appreciate all the support I've gotten from so many different people on my career, and I just hope that it will continue.